When I was 15, my dad was wrestling in Nashville, Tennessee. I moved with him, and when my mom finally arrived in Nashville, she had just driven all the way across country from California, and I knew that my parents were going through some really tough times in terms of their marriage, and that was a tough day. I'll never forget it. It was probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We were at a restaurant, the three of us, and they got into it. They got into a very big fight, not physical, but just really loud arguing. And my dad had a car at that time, and so they got into that car. My dad was driving, my mom was in the passenger seat, and I get in the car that my mom just drove, the family car, and I start driving it. I already had my license at that time at 15. And we're driving down I-65. I-65 is a major interstate that runs through Tennessee. And I'm watching them drive in front of me, and their car starts swerving, and I can clearly see that they are arguing. My old man makes a hard right, and he gets on the shoulder, and in the gravel road, my mom gets out of the car, and when she got out of the car, I'll never forget it, she had a glazed look over her eyes that I had never seen before. And she walks right into the middle of I-65 and continues to walk down into oncoming traffic. And my heart stopped. Horns were blowing and cars were swerving out of the way. 18-wheelers were swerving out of the way. And I got out of the car and I grabbed her and wrestled her over to the side of the road. And I don't remember what I said to her. I remember she didn't say a thing. And in that moment, one of the greatest lessons I've ever learned was how precious life is and how in an instant it can all go away. Changed me. The irony is, my mom has no idea that it even happened. That's the irony. That's also the beauty of it. She does not remember anything. Thank God, because maybe it's too traumatic to remember. I found that with depression, one of the most important things you could realize is that you're not alone. You're not the first to go through it. You're not gonna be the last to go through it. And oftentimes it happens. You feel like you're alone, and you feel like it's only you, and you're in your bubble, and I wish I had someone at that time who could just pull me aside and, hey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So I wish I knew that. Just gotta remember. Hold on to that fundamental quality of faith. Have faith that on the other side of your pain is something good. After about a month and a half of staying in that little apartment and cleaning, I got a phone call from the head coach of the team who cut me, the head coach of the Calgary Stampeders. He called me and he said, hey, I know we cut you, but I'd like you to come back. I said, okay, I appreciate that, coach. Thank you very much. I'll think about it. And he said, okay, great. I hung up the phone, and my dad said, you gonna do it, right? I said, no, I don't think so. I think I'm done with that. And he goes, what? I said, my gut tells me I'm done. He said, what are you gonna do? I took a deep breath. I said, I'd like to get into the business. He said, what business? I said, the wrestling business. He said, you are throwing it all away. It is the worst mistake you will ever make. He said, you're ruining your career. I said, maybe I'll be no good. But I feel like in my heart I have to do this. And I either need you to train me or need you to not train me. My dad rose to the occasion. He said, I'll train you. And it wound up being one of the greatest chapters in my life.
all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
Finally!
I'm back where I belong. Yeah, I never felt so strong. Yeah, I'm back, I'm feeling like there's nothing I can't try. And if you with me, put your hands high. Put your hands, dreams are filled. You're rocking with the best.
The Rockers come home here live in Miami!
Ain't no stopping us now. I love that song. Whenever it comes on, it makes me feel strong. I thought I told you that we won't stop till we back cruising through Harlem. These old blocks is what made me, saved me, drove me crazy, drove me away, then embraced me, forgave me for all of my shortcomings. Welcome to my homecoming. Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
When you're a hurricane, you're born and bred here, and hurricane mentality. From the time I came in to the time I left, you bleed orange and green. And it's a Kane thing, you wouldn't understand.
Dwayne Johnson gets the piece of the Seminole quarterback.
When I stepped in the WWE ring for the first time in 1996, my sole purpose at that time was to just make my family proud. From my mom to my dad, to my grandpa, I hope I've made you proud.
Are you ready for the most electrifying man in sports and entertainment?
A lot of fights, a lot of scars, a lot of bottles, a lot of cars, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Made it back, lost my dog. Miss you, big. But here I stand, a better man. Stop. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
I am back in the middle of this ring, and I give you my word, I am never, ever going away.
Ain't no place like home, baby.
Finally!